Trademark East Africa is working with the Kenya Association of Manufacturers under this grant on 4 specific areas, which are really going to improve our competitiveness in the country and also improve regional integration in the long run. One of them is the non-tariff barriers. As we know, the East African community has been a key market for Kenyan products. However, we've been seeing a decline in this market. And part of the reason has been due to the non-tariff barriers within the region. And in this project, we are working to try and address some of those NTBs within the EAC region so that there is free movement of goods within EAC. The other area we will be focusing on in this project is the trade in counterfeits. We know that counterfeits have an impact on the health and safety of our country. We know that we lose a lot in terms of collection by government due to counterfeit products, and businesses also lose revenue due to the same. So we are focusing on counterfeits within the country. The improvement and the amendments to the Anti-Counterfeit Act and the functioning of the Anti-Counterfeit Agency are key reforms that we are working on during this grant period. We are also going beyond Kenya. We are in a common market, and if goods are moving across the border, then they are counterfeits. It does affect the competitiveness in the region. The other issue that we are working on is on standards. The harmonization of standards within the EAC has been something that Kenya Association of Manufacturers has been championing over the years. And there's need for additional awareness amongst manufacturers and capacity building on how these standards are important within their enterprises, and identifying other areas where we need to have additional standards. So standards will be a key part of this phase of the project that we are working on and the grant that we have received. Another challenge we have noted is that there is limited information, and information is not centralized. This is mainly information that will make manufacturers make the right decisions when they are investing and when they are choosing to expand or grow their businesses. It's also information that is useful to the government agencies regarding manufacturers, potential partners from out of the country, and investors. So under this phase of the grant, we are working on an information portal which will centralize this information for accessibility for manufacturers, for the government, for investors, for the public at large, so that we can have a central portal where we get information regarding manufacturing.
We have had a partnership with KAM for I think since we began, 2011. And in the first grant, how much was it?
400.
It was around $400,000. And in that phase 1, what we call phase 1, we supported the undertaking of 6 studies. One on tax reforms in Kenya. The other one was on cost of compliance. The other one was domestic non-tariff barriers affecting the industry in Kenya, constitutional issues affecting business, overlapping regulatory roles, and finally, severity of counterfeits. We in Trademark are happy that whatever support we gave to KAM, actually that support was used, we saw good results out of that support. First, in the area of tax reforms, we supported KAM to undertake the study, and out of 24 recommendations that were in that study, 13 of them were taken on board in the VAT Act when it was being reviewed. So we feel that at least what came out of that study was in many ways useful to the development of the Act.
If we consume, for example, counterfeit drugs and someone is unwell, you can imagine that would cost them their lives. The issues of safety, gas cylinders that are counterfeit exploding in people's houses. So it touches on every Kenyan. It's not even about the business people. And in terms of business, the EAC member states in the study we carried out, it was established that they lost about $500 million to counterfeits, and 70% of the market share for certain manufacturers like Everready East Africa was lost to the counterfeit market. We know what impact this has because some companies have actually had to shut down because of counterfeits.
So we are happy with the value for money that we received, that we got out of the support we gave KAM. So in this second phase, we are going to spend a total of US dollars $395,182. and this will run up to 31st of June 2017.